Okay. Let's see. Hopefully this is good. Alright, I think this is good now. I think so. Alright, sound should be good. I think we're good. Better give me some water. And my mat fell off. Oh well. Didn't fall. Which one out, sir? Come on. Gotta let the dog out. Come on. Cheers, come on. There's nothing there, buddy. It's gone. There you go. Okay. Alright. Get our little glove on. Okay. Cool. So we made this yesterday. Now we gotta work on the second stone for Darkundo. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't know if I saved this to my computer. I thought I did. Take a look. I did. Cool. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of use the same background, but we're gonna get rid of this really quick. Keep the flare. Oh wait. Whoops. Oh. I screwed up on that one. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Save this. We are going to close out of this. We're going to go File, Open, and we're going to open this one again. File, Save As. On computer. So we're going to create the second stone. This is an item. Save. And then what we're going to do is we don't need this. We don't need this. Oh, that kind of looks cool. That was a complete accident. We're going to get rid of that. That's kind of cool. I didn't mean to do that. Alright. We're going to get rid of the highlights. Then we're going to get rid of the ink layer. Keep all the original layers we can get rid of too. So I can get rid of all this. And get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. Get rid of this layer. Remove the background. So now what we're going to do is work on the next stone. I can hide these sparks, the flares, and then I have two references. It was the second one we're going to kind of use. Alright, so we're going to get rid of this one right here, and we're going to go straight to this one. That's what we're going to use. So, now, I don't know what that layer is, but we don't need it. I could have just used that anyways. Alright, cool. So, we're going to add a new layer. And we're going to work on the sketch. We're going to start with this sketch, right? Alright, so alright, so now we got to do a new sketch here. And just start with the general brush, go hard round. Holy crap, that's huge. Definitely don't want that. We're gonna go 5 on this. Then I'm gonna do what I always do. I like to do mine in this blue color. That's just me. That's how I like to do it. I like to start out and use this blue color. So we're gonna use this blue color, alright? I didn't even take that out. That's fine. So now, it's got to go down here, around, kind of like that. So that's how we're going to have to. So it's going to be around here, 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 and then touch. Pretty simple. Alright. So this little round edge. Oh, I know what's going on here. Turn the smoothing off. Okay. It's kind of screwing me up. Okay, so there's this little line. Wraps around. It's kind of square. Circular here. Comes down. Something like this. Probably a little smaller than that. Let's see here. That's probably right. Yeah, that's about right. Really, the main thing I'm trying to use this for anyways is the highlights. I just also don't want it to be the same as the other stone. Hi, Ball. How you doing, Ball? Okay, so now add another layer. Call this the ink layer. So now what we do is take our, and I like to use a specific brush for this. It's weird, once you start, getting better understanding what you want, you start just using almost the same brushes you pretty much use all the time. Because you're used to what you're using, So now, this I'm going to actually increase the smoothing to 100%. So we're going to come around. Oh, that won't work because we got to use black. Probably made it, I did make it a little bigger. So. Fix that. It's a little too much. Kind of. Oh, come on. That'll work. I think it's a little... Can make it a little darker. That's fine. Take my eraser tool. Bring this down. I'm just going to hit this little edge right here. So there we go. Don't look too bad, except for I don't feel like this is dark enough. Oops. Yeah, let's redo that line. Oh, I just keep hitting it wrong. Dang it, I keep going outside it. Part of it's probably the smoothing. That's close enough. That'll work. Yes, that'll work right there. Cool. So now, got my sketch. Alright, so now we're getting where we need to. So, I'm going to look at this again. And we're kind of doing what we did last time, where we erased some of the line to give it a little more depth in terms of what it looks like. I think it's really bright on my face. I'm going to try to dim this down just a hair. Let's see if that's too dark. That might be better. Alright. So here's what we're going to do. If you guys are here, don't forget to like the video and hit it up in the chat. You got questions? I'm down to answer questions. Always down to answer questions. So now, alright, so I think that helped with my face, right? It's not too bright now. So I'm gonna make this like a dark stone. I like this blue color, right? But I gotta let's see what we got here. So now I gotta think about my color placement and what I want here specifically. So let me see something. Could do this blue stone. I'm pretty sure it's like a, what is that? It's like a gray right there. Where's the reference? So there's this blue, so let me do something here. Let's add another layer really quick. I'm gonna bring this up. Bring the smoothing down. So we have this. That's even more darker. Oh, that's really dark. Yeah. So this is gonna be weird because it's in an image, you know, so. That's like a gray tone. Alright, so There's a lot of blue, some purple in there, right? So do this a little bit different. So I think this right here is probably our base tone color right here. This middle-ish kind of blue. And then these two colors are to the outside. I don't think I'm gonna need to use one of them, but we'll find out. So what I do is come with my dropper tool, take that blue color, right? We're gonna go under this layer, create a new layer. Let's name this to color theory, call it, because this is kind of my color theory. And then there we go. Okay, so now we're gonna take our wheel, right, paint bucket, come here, go color, whoops, grab this, go back to the ink layer, go here, select inverse, come back with the paint bucket tool, go back to the color wheel, color it in, hit Control D. So now, see, we might not even have to come in and erase the edge because the edge is pretty hidden with that blue already, so we'll go with that. Alright, so now we're going to come in. I'm looking at this. And this is actually a purple tone here and some purple tone there. So this actually isn't even like a shade color either. It's just the tone that's around the outside of it. So I'm going to use that. We're going to come back. And what I like to do is now come in. The hell are the brushes? I like to airbrush these. So I'm going to take back my ink wheel, select inverse, come back to the color, and so I know around this edge there's kind of this purple color, right? So I'm going to take this. It might come up. I know it's not going to falter off the edge because I have the... So, this may need to be a different blue. It's a little darker on my drawing monitor too, so we'll see. That's black. See, I can't really tell. Unless this is screwed up. There it is. I see it now. Okay, cool. So now let's go around this edge just a fair bit, and we're gonna do this. So we know we have this purple color here, right? It comes up quite a bit. So I know it's gonna come up, and it's really hard to see on this drawing monitor because I don't know what's going on here. I might have to adjust the settings on this a little bit. Because it's really hard for me to tell inside there, but like at least on the drawing monitor end. I can see it's here, and it kind of... And I'm going to do mine a little different because mine's not the exact same, right? At least not in the size. So I'm just going to look at my screen here. Alright, cool. So now we're getting somewhere as far as the color I want. So I know it's kind of back under this edge. You can see that. And I didn't draw this like the exact size of the other one because this is not what I want. I just kind of using these as like a reference for my own thing. So let's do this. So come back here. And I'll probably blend this a little more once I figure out what I want for sure inside of those colors. So now I know. I didn't ever think about that is a brighter blue. Let me see something here. Oh yeah, that's a way different. Yeah, that's a way lighter blue. So I'm just gonna come here and put this color right here, smack dab. It's airbrush, but it'll be fine. So that color needs to falter inside almost all this stone right here in the front. And then we're probably gonna add some highlights here, probably a little bit off that edge. Then in front too, I just noticed this is probably that same, so that is this color right here. So this color at the bottom, well, there's that dark blue we have now, right? It's not going to be exactly the same, obviously. I'm not trying to hit. But what I think I could do is actually, this is our base color, right? I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to use that to wrap the bottom edge right here to kind of give me that color I'm looking for. So I can see it right here. So what I'm going to do is go back to my color wheel, right? Or my color wheel, sorry, my color layer. And I'm going to go back to this. Oops. Ink layer. Highlight that ink layer. Do this. Go select inverse. I like to do this because it kind of just keeps everything cohesive inside that layer and keeps it all kind of a bit more organized inside there. So I prefer to do that. Some people color outside of it and then kind of erase it, but for me, I prefer to stay cohesive within the line myself. So I have to look up at my screen. I wonder if I can change this right now. Let me see something, because I don't like the way it just kind of, the display of it just looks very strange to me. That's pen settings work here. Screen. Oh, I don't need to calibrate it, but alright, cool. Let me just do it anyways, just in case. I'm just looking to change some of the Well, I think this will work. I think this will work right here, and I'll just use what I got, right? It'll work. Let's say I can display settings. Well, this will work. I'm just gonna have to check the screen for what I'm doing here. But anyhow, we're gonna take that blue color, right? I'm gonna hit off the bottom here. I can kind of see now. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So I can't really tell what's happening because, like I said, this we got it right there. Oh, cool. We'll do that. That's what we'll do. So now we're getting this. Last one we did was really cool, and this one's for Darkundo this time. So, and then Darsoto. So the last one we did was this one. I have no clue why it's got 3 frickin' saves, but okay. Equipment. So this is the last one we did. We can finish that one out. Actually, I have to do both still. Okay, so take that blue color, come back. We're going to zoom in. And so now that blue, which is this one right here, hits right up off this edge. So we're going to come back. And now, I think it is that one. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, so that hits above this edge right here. That makes sense because there's the light from there. It also hits over here. And then I'll blend these in a little better. But for now, this is what we're getting, right? So we're starting to make this more cohesive to what I want. These look a little strange right here. I think that's because of the airbrush part and how I did it. But what I'm going to do is come back. All right, so I know now too that this really nice light blue right here, see it covers a decent sized chunk. I'm probably going to have to keep my main color right here. But I'm going to have a nice little chunk in here. I think this is the other blue. Yeah, so this, I think, is this blue. But first, before I go in there, I'm going to take this really light blue that I got from the bottom part, and then I'm going to piece it in here. I can show you right here. It wraps, touches this. And it doesn't necessarily come back here because that other blue kind of hides them off. So it separates those two pieces of the color away from each other. So this is my color theory I'm using. And I took the dropper tool and just dragged all those. And I'm not worried about blending these in. These are just my reference points to what I need to get, obviously, to try and come up with the color idea I want, how I want to make this rock. And this is just, you know, touching it with my own style and the way I want to do it. So let's grab our dropper tool again. Come here. So now, to build this stone for the card game, I see this, I'm looking at it, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to start touching up in here. And like I said, this is hard to see because the screen that I'm drawing on is not quite as good as I want it to be. I'm going to make this bigger. Oh, that's the hardness. What I'll do is I will actually try to blend this in a little more. And I kind of have to look up at this point to see what I'm getting here. And that looks slightly weird. It might be the airbrush of it. Yeah, I'm going to have to push a little harder. Well, I really can't tell when I'm looking at this drawing monitor what exactly I have here, because it is hard to tell. That's right, we'll get it fixed. Like I said, there's a color separation line. So really what I could do is I'm going to actually just use my mouse real quick, and it's going to wrap like this. So I know that separation. Then when I hit it in, I'm going to use my mouse for this part. It's just hard for me to tell. And I'll probably have to keep looking at my screen to see what I got. But this drawing monitor, I should be able to see it, but it's just very, it just doesn't have like enough brightness on it, and it really makes the color blend like so much because of that. I think it's part of it is the blues. So now see, now what I need to take, and I'm using this like airbrushed kind of tool as well. So now we need to take this blue right here, this one right here. So now we have all the colors. this is our main. This is these this part right here. This is these darker parts right here. This, and then I'll come in and do a shadow part I was going to do too. But now I know, see, this is this part. And honestly, I don't even know if I'll necessarily need this. And it probably doesn't do it all the way. Nah, it just comes down up in here. And that's what we got. And then I'll start to blend these in a little better. So this comes down up in here. And that's what we got. So now, what I need to do is I'm going to kind of start blending these together. So the way I do that is I take one of these colors, like the dark color here, right? Go back to this airbrush, right? And then I just start slowly coming in. Try to blend this edge in a little further. So now, see, I might have been the wrong blue. Oh, that is the wrong blue. Okay, well, I don't use that blue. What the heck happened there? This should be the right blue. I don't know what's going on. Easy fix, though. All I gotta do is come back, grab this blue. I'm pretty sure this is the blue, right? No, it's not. Oh no, this is the light blue. That's why. It's this blue. So now let's retry this. I must have not put the light blue here. I did. Unless I'm missing something. No. So, I just kind of got to blend this up a little bit. If I can. Try to just push these together a little more. And what I'll do is I'm going to try something and see how it looks, but I'm not sure how it's going to work. That looks a little better. I don't really like this part, though. You can kind of see this. Oh. Actually, I'm an idiot. Just come back, right? And just... I don't know if this blue was right. I don't think it was. This blue I have here, I don't think it was the right blue. I think this one, I don't know what happened, but that's alright. Anyhow, so keep going this direction. There. That should be right now. Okay, now. You know, I smudge it a little bit too. But there's probably no need to really smudge it. I don't really have to press hard either. Because this is not about pressing hard to get the result I want. It's about trying to find the blend. And I think that might work. That's looking pretty solid. It's getting a little better. So this is not about pressing hard either. It's just about finding that edge. See, it's taken away from this blue though. I don't know why it's doing that. It's this blue right here, or is it this one? It's this one. I'm just going to keep trying to use my color wheel, or colors I have there. Yeah, we're just going to try to stick with the colors we have there. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. Come back here. Remember, this is off the edge, so hit that edge. Boom. Then we know this one. Come back. Whoops. Grab that main color again, which was right here. This is our main color. Just kind of look for the spots I want. Just kind of slowly blend this together, right? That's what we're doing here. We're slowly getting our blend in. That blue is right here. So let's try to blend this. What I think part of that is really going to help is that dark color. We're going to have to bring this dark color, right? And kind of blend it in more to the edges here. So, got that. I'll try to get this as best of a blend as I can. I think it's starting to look okay right now. It's really starting to take shape here. And even down here, right? So we have this light color. I think what I need to do is actually take that a little further in. So let's get that color again. Grab our brush again. And we're going to slowly push into it like this. There we go. See that? Slowly starting to blend itself. But I think I got too big on it. I think I have to bring it back just a hair and make the brush smaller. Now let's see if we can try to just refine this edge a little more. Right here, it's just a tad bit. See, it's not about like getting the most pressure either. It's just about maintaining this motion of blending. All it's about right now. Maintaining this blending motion. So now, I think that was this blue right here. And now I need to blend this up. It's a little better. probably blend the dark into it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And I think I gotta blend this dark up in here a little bit. And see, once we start getting it blended together, it starts to make itself a lot cleaner. So now, I think this is looking pretty good. Let's take our main color again we used, which was this color. Now this was the main color of the rock when we started. So even like in pixel art, you do something very similar to what I'm doing here. And this really plays a huge part in pixel art, obviously, or any piece of art, really. This isn't necessary, obviously. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I think for those rocks, it's going to really, these stones, I should say, are rocks, they're the same thing. It's going to help bring those colors out. So I'm going to use this. So this, right, I'm going to try to blend this off a little more, especially when it leads up into this brighter area. I just want to kind of like just get it mixed as well as I can. I think that looks, it's not bad. But Control D, yeah, see, it's looking pretty solid. I'm going to use this mouse a little bit. Okay, so let me come in here. I'm going to have to put a little more pressure, I think, on this part. And it's also because it's like a somewhat brighter blue, but it's also a darker blue, right? And when we add highlights, it's really going to make that, it's really going to bring it out more, really, the reality is. There, so I think that's going to hold up pretty good. Alright, so now, here's what we got, right? So, now what I need to do is, this is something I always do, and I prefer to do this, especially because of the kind of art style I'm shooting for. You see this a lot in anime, you're going to see this a lot in the artwork there. I'm going to save this first, and then what I'm going to do is, there's still a lot of white. If you look at this, there's a lot of white here. But this looks pretty dull and plain right now, right? So how do we fix that to start bringing more depth to it? I also need to turn this layer off. There we go. Now I can see them on the monitor. But so this just doesn't have a lot of depth to it. How do we do that? Well, we go Control C, Control V. We copy this layer. We're going to move it. Push it, and then I might start erasing this once I kind of figure out my light of what I want, right? How's everybody doing in the chat? You guys got any questions? Any questions at all? I'm happy to answer. Alright, so with that being said, we're going to go to this color. And like I said, we take this, so then what I do, you'll see this a lot. This is like a very anime style kind of thing that they do. Take a hue and saturation layer, mask it to the layer right here, and then what you do is you bring your light source, you bring it down, and this creates some shadow parts. So now what I'm going to do is, those colors still exist, right? So I'm going to try to find the point where I think it looks good. I think this looks okay so far. So I might stick at that negative 40, 45, 44 section, right? And if I don't like it, I'll increase it or decrease it. But we're going to take this. Then we're going to come back. So the thing to remember, and you always want to be on this layer. So this is the part that's going to mask off of it, right? We're masking that color layer, that duplicate color layer. Black hides, and I think white shows, if I remember. No, sorry, white hides and black shows. So you'll see what I mean. There's that, right? So if I do this, it's gonna create in that layer, and this is bringing that out. You can see that. So now what we do is we zoom in, and I know that there's going to be light right here. There's going to be a bunch of it. That's where a huge light source is, right? We also know that this is a lot darker right here, so maybe I keep my shadow here. There's going to be a ton of highlights right here. We know this is brighter in front, so maybe I bring this out, and this is really bright. And all I'm going to do is probably come over with my highlights to this part. So I know that this layer, right, there's a lot of brightness here. And this is why I'm using the airbrush brush, because I like how it kind of doesn't do it too much. Then I know, I can't forget there's a light source right here. There's light touching off of that end. And I'm going to make this a little different for myself at least too. So I know there's a ton of highlights right here. You see those highlights? There's a highlight. There's these other highlights. But that's part of what it has there too, which I'm not necessarily going to do what they're doing in terms of the highlights, because I'm going to reference it for myself, but I'm not going to stick to what they necessarily have. I do think this could be a little, just a teeny bit pushed out. I don't want a lot, but I think it'll help extend this. And you'll see once we start adding highlights what it's going to do to the drawing. So see, I'm not pushing, well, let me see something. And it may look better dark. I might keep that dark and just hit these. So I'm going to make these really bright. I'm going to use my mouse for this part. I might be able to hit this a little bit. Let's see. Let's just do a little bit, but not a lot. Yeah, this will work. Just hit it just a teensy bit. So we're going to hit in this part right here a little bit. Cool. So now let's keep. I think this will work actually. I don't have to hit the dark so much, right? Alright, cool. Now I want to see something. If I bring this down, see how dark it gets? I still think that 45-ish, negative 45-ish, 42-ish, 45-ish looks pretty good. So, what I'm going to do now, and I'm not trying to make this exact, right? I'm trying to make something of my own that I want from it. That's the idea. I'm just using this as a reference for myself to get a better idea of how the reflections hit this stone, how the highlights come off, how the shadows are applied, things like that. I do also think that I do need to bring back a little bit of shadow off of here, because it kind of keeps it blended, right? And that's just this part, right? So I might have did too much on that. It's okay, we're going to come back in just like this. And that'll work. That looks okay. Alright, so now what I think I'm going to do, I think I have a very good spot where I'm here. And these aren't, I don't need to do much with these. I mean, I could probably bring a little bit of reflection right here. A little bit of light off that edge. The front's got a tad bit, but not much, right? Now, what I do is, see, it has a more bump here, and I'm not trying to do the bump on the top. I'm just trying to use this as a reference point now. So what I'm going to do is add another layer. Oh, whoops, I spelled that wrong. Alright, so I'm going to come in, and what I could do, if I want to, is use those colors as highlights, but I don't think it's necessary. So, here we go. What I'm going to do is, I know there's definitely some light right here. So we have a light source right there. A little bit of light right here. So I hit that. And I can do, if I want, let me try something. See, that might look cool, but I don't have to do that. I'm going to push a little bit lighter. That kind of looks cool. See, that gives it a little more depth. So now I'm going to start adding these little. I'm going to do a, just right here. Right here. And see, that's because this light. But I kind of like how I have this. I don't know if I like that part. But maybe just a little bit right here. Right? So. There we go. I could do that little squared kind of highlight it has. We'll see how it looks. Don't look bad, but I think that's just too much in there. I think I could erase this. And then obviously bringing the opacity down is going to help quite a bit. And now another thing to do is kind of change hard light, soft light, vivid light, linear light, overlay. Let's try overlay really quick, and then let's bring it up. Nah. I think keeping it normal is the way to go. Hello there. Just saw you have. I do have a TCG. It's called Monquest, and that's what I'm creating right now. Matter of fact, I'm working on one of the art pieces for it. There's I forgot to post the Discord and the thing, but there's a ton about the card game itself. Matter of fact, if you go over to MonquestTCG.com, there's a whole lot of stuff here. There's the lore. There's a rule book. There's cards, and this TCG isn't complete all the way. It's, I'm just kind of doing the TCG as I go, and you guys as an audience, I like your participation in it because I think that's gonna be what makes it better for players and everyone else. So that's, I'm doing a TCG here, but that's just what I'm doing. I'm doing the artwork and designing the cards on here, and the whole thing's not even done. I mean, I'm probably going to change tons of things. Okay, that's awesome. I'll have to come check out your page then and come see what you got there. You know what? Let's go check this out really quick. I'll go to your page here really quick. I like your little, give you a little follow there. That's awesome to create a CCG. it's always fun to get creative, you know. I think that always helps in terms, especially for like myself. I've always just had this idea to. I am curious. You can if you could pin it in the comments, I'll go check it out, or send it to me later, or however you want to do it. I definitely check it out. I'm always interested in, you know, exploring and collaborating and possibly doing things with other people. So it'd be awesome to do that. If you guys, like I said, if you're new in here, let me check this out. I'm just, like I said, I'm doing this as I go. So let me see if I can find this better. I have to just type it in. I'm doing this as I go in terms of the TCG. I'll probably just check this out in the comment later because I can go back to the live. Unless you want to send me your channel link. I'll just type it in here in a second, but let me do this really quick. Using dual monitors here. But yeah, I'm just designing the TCG as I go, essentially. That's what I'm doing here. And so I think that this gives me a chance to have the community as part of that, and that's why I'm doing it this way. Nothing is set in stone here yet. A lot of things are there, but they're not all just set in stone yet, you know? So that's why I'm doing it this way. That's why I've created things the way I have, and I do these live streams because I want people to be part of the card game. I want the community basically to be the game. That's because I believe that any community, you know, they help create it. They help create anything like that. I think I found it. Yep, I found you. Cool, I gave you a sub on there. Oh, what kind is it? Any TCGs that are similar? Really, the thing is, I went and looked at a lot of different TCGs, but the combat for this card game turns out more like a turn-based RPG. Matter of fact, we'll just go to the rulebook. There are inspirations from other card games. You know, like my favorite growing up was Yu-Gi-Oh!, which it's changed a lot over the years. But it takes ideas from other games, but not so much like the battling system. So, like... And I'm still playing with this, like I said. So here are, like, you know, these are your resource cards. So these are your resource cards, but they play a different role. And what I mean by that is, like, in a turn-based RPG, if you use an ability, right, use a skill, it takes from your mana. So you think of these resource cards like mana. And each creature has kind of their own little mana pools. And those skills cost from those mana pools, and you have those resources put underneath these cards, right? And every time your Mon uses their ability, it pulls from this resource pool, and it takes 2 from it. So then you take 2 cards from underneath it, from your resource, is for that pool, and then they go in a pile. You don't discard them like you do in some TCGs. They just go in a pile that has your resource cards, and every time you just attach them to anyone that has any kind of abilities. So when this pool runs out, right, like in a turn-based RPG, you have to restore that pool in order to use the ability again. So when this runs out, you got to restore this using things like, matter of fact, cards. I'll show you here. So any of those pools get restored by stuff like this, a full attribute potion. It'll restore a Mon's attribute pool to its fullest. There's health potions. So it plays more like a turn-based RPG. That's in terms of how I thought of it. But then I thought of obviously researching other card games and then looking at the ideas they have there. And clearly a big card game that everybody follows, or that a lot of TCGs have built off of obviously, is Magic the Gathering. It's always going to be, the one. Yes, so mana are kind of used like actions, and there's different things these abilities can do. So like, they can create status effects. Like, there's a paralyzed effect. I don't know if I can. Oh, I didn't actually link that one yet. Let me go to a bigger screen here. Let me do this. So these are all the cards we've done over time on this channel. So some of them, I don't know if Bayord has. Bayord does. Okay, so there's different status effects as well. So if Bayord's ability, it costs 1 from its attribute pool, right? But it can cause freeze damage. So you can freeze an opponent's Mon, and where are they at? So like poison, see? During each affected Mon's action phase, they lose 10 HP due to poison damage. But you can cure those with item cards, abilities from your Mons. And then also, so if, let's say you cure them on your turn, right? Each Mon has its own action phase. So it's not like you just have a bunch of Mons and then you do all their turns. Like you attack. It's not like that. You have a Mon on the field, and it has its own action phase. And during each of those action phases, you pick what you want to do. If you use an ability, there are summons, and I'll tell you about those in a second. There's 3 different kinds. You use, like if you do any, so like in Yu-Gi-Oh, you have life points, and this you have battle points, right? So when a creature dies, so if Bayord dies, right? BP, they're called battle points. The player loses 25 battle points from their 1,000 battle points, and that's essentially how you win the game. You get rid of your opponent's battle points, or their deck runs out. But like I was saying, during their action phase, you can choose. Like if you attack, it'll end the Mon's turn. If you heal or do any kind of damage to direct to battle points or HP, it ends that Mon's turn. So you have to think strategically about how you're going to approach that, because if you have an ability that does that, then it screws you over. And like I said, there's status effects. There's sleep, so players can flip a coin to wake their creature up. There's blind, so there's flipping a coin. You can cause your opponent's Mon to miss their attack during their turn because you blinded them. There are 3 different summons. There's confusion, so it can damage itself. You can paralyze one. And the cool thing about having those status effects is that if your opponent has a stronger monster than you do, you have a chance to win back, because you could come out with a small creature and use paralyze on the big one during your turn, and now that creature's paralyzed, so they have to cure that paralyze, or they can't do anything because the stronger Mon is paralyzed. So there's a lot of cool things. Equipment summoning, I'm going to put more in there, but we just made an equipment summoning card. So there's form summoning. So like Pokemon, you have different forms. There's that. There's like this is Centortle, Dortle, and Quartice. So Centortle's the low level. You wait 1 turn to summon. It's called form summoning. To summon his second form. And it shows you right here, form 1, form summon from Centortle, right? Then you wait 2 turns to form summon Quartice. And they go up in level. And I can tell you what each of the UI elements on the card are as well. Basically, yeah. So there's a form summon. And I did this. I gave 3 different types because I felt like I needed to have players to have... the heck am I thinking of? More ways to do things, you know? Maybe you want a form summon deck. Maybe you want a level summoning deck, right? So each level has like I said, I took different parts from different elements of games like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, looked at every piece of card game I ever could, whether it was indie or bigger or not, whatever it was. I took elements from all those in my own way, but it revolves more around a turn-based RPG. And the reason I went that direction is because my background comes actually from doing 3 years in college of game design and programming. So I will later turn this into a digital card game for probably mobile and PC to start out. But then there, like I said, there's level summoning. So level summoning is different itself too. So let me actually have a whole section on that. And that should be, I think that's actually down here somewhere. That one just jumps there. Basically, each level has a certain, kind of like in Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, you give up like your stars. If the monster's like an 8-star or 7-star, you give up a certain kind, you give up a certain level, right, or star. So you kind of got to think of it like that, but this is different because, and I don't know where I put it. I know it's in here somewhere. I'll just go down really quick. There's equipment summoning too. And then I'll show you that in a second. Item. And then here's how I did like item cards, how they heal. Oh, you're fine. So then there's item cards, like I was telling you. So I broke this down. I wanted to make this for kids and adults, both. And I broke like healing down. So like a small healing potion, anything level 1 to 30, it'll heal 10 HP. 31 to 40, it'll heal 20 HP, and then it goes on. Same thing with a medium healing potion is half. And then there's small attribute points. So this is how many attribute points you'll get back into that pool when you use those. What I was going to show you was level summoning. Then there's revival. So revival potions, mons, or like small revival potions. I don't think I made a revival potion. I think I called it a phoenix feather, which is the same thing. Any limit to how many on a player's team? Are we talking about creatures or item cards, or are you just, and let's see, so here's the counters. Here's the battlefield. So this is kind of what it looks like. You have an armor, weapon, and accessory, and you can attach those. I can tell you what those do too. This is your attribute pool. So this over here is where you put your attribute cards. So you can have like a fire in the first part, right? These would be all fire, all water, however the player wants to do it. But you can't mix them in. So you can't have like water and fire in one. You get 15 in each stack. And those cards are pulled from there and used on your mons, your weapons, your armor. You can upgrade your armor, your weapons with those attribute cards. But like I said, they have a pool. And the reason I limited it to 15 because I want players to be strategic. Same, I design everything kid-friendly. That's awesome. That's the way you want to go. And then on any limit, are you talking about for like cards, like how many cards you can have or something? And the summoning I was going to tell you more about. I'll go back to the summoning if you want to know more about it. This is the turn structure, right? So, and also this is what's cool about how you start the game. So players shuffle decks, right? Then you have your draw phase. So this is how players determine who gets to go first. This is the cool part. After both players have their starting hands, each player must have at least one mon in their hand, right? Players can choose to play 1 or 2 mons on the field. You can only play 2 mons, and they have to be low level, obviously, to start out. From their starting hand, if they only have 1 mon in their hand, they can still proceed with the game by playing that mon on the field. There's no requirement to fill both slots if they don't have 2 mons available. Both players choose 1 mon from each slot from their starting hand. The chosen mons should be within the level range of 1 to 30. This gets cool right here. Once both players have chosen their respective mons from each mon slot, compare the attack stat of both pairs of mons. The player whose single mon has the highest attack stat among all the chosen mons gets to choose which player goes first. And then you just start the game from there. That's how you start. So think of it like when you run in a battle in an RPG, it's whoever has the highest speed stat that gets to go first, right? So you're kind of playing like that. Once you put your creatures down, the game started right there. And I thought that was a cool idea. I know Magic doesn't have a limit and Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a hard limit. There are certain limits on creatures. And like this is where when I prototype them more, this is where playing it is really going to come in handy. That's why I created a Discord, because I am going to make prototype packs, and I do want people to join me, and we're going to sit down in those Discords, and we're going to play together. And I'm going to send you guys packs of cards. I'm going to send you decks or packs of cards to build your own decks however you want to do it out. And then we're going to sit in those sessions on Discord, and we're going to build, we're going to figure out what doesn't work, what works, and then we're going to figure out what kind of limits we do need. I think I do have a limit set. I don't remember exactly how much I had, but yeah, we're gonna do it that way. And I think that's going to work really good because it gets players involved, and they get to, say, yeah, I think this works, but this doesn't work. And that helps me as a developer continue to make the game successful, because players are they're the core of it. So let me go to the summoning again. Okay, so there's form summoning. I don't remember if you heard that one, if you walked out on that one. Form summoning allows you, kind of like Pokemon, to evolve, So you wait first form, you wait one turn. Or first form, sorry. First form's the initial phase. The second form, you wait one turn. And then the third form, you wait two turns to get them in. Am I going to use TTS? What is TTS? I don't think I've ever heard that yet. That might be something new to me. Or maybe I have heard it. I just never heard the acronym for it. Third form. So this is how form summoning works for you. If you're that's form summoning, right? Then we have equipment summoning. Equipment summoning is, like a matter of fact, we made one the other day. It was the first equipment summoning card. So here's how equipment summoning would work. Let me close these out really quick. Let me save this one. But let me close Bayward out. Darate, because we don't need Darate. Oh, we're going to use equipment summoning on them, a matter of fact. So this is called Flutter Frame. And this is Soul Cow. And then you need Winnow. So basically, what happens here is you need Flutter Frame to be put on Winnow Tabletop Simulator. I thought about actually using that. I might use that, I think. At some point I'll get there. I think once I kind of get the game. That would be a good way to do it, actually. Because you don't have to print anything out. That's a smart idea. I might go use that. I think it's a little, it's up there a little bit in price, though. I think it's like, what, almost $200, something like that. But you're right, that'd be a good idea. I think there's a free one too, isn't there, to use or something like that? But basically, equipment summoning. You got to use Flutter Frame on Winnow to create Soul Cow. So that's another form of summoning. It's called equipment summoning. And then this gives them passive effects. So when Soul Cow is on the field, Flutter Frame summons it, right? But it takes up your armor slot. So now you can't place armor on it. You can't upgrade equipment summon items. You can upgrade other equipment pieces because they don't have a lot of passive effects. So like the Dire Iron Sword, this can be upgraded by +5, so 5 attribute cards, and this is normal. So 5 of these are 10 per an extra. It gives you +10 per an attack for every one of those, maxing out at 50, but it also buffs ally mons on the field by 20 points. Okay, 20 USD dollars right now. Is that on the Steam summer sale? I might have to get it, pick it up then. But yeah, so this is equipment summoning when you're asked about something. So Flutter Frame is used to summon Soul Cow. As you can see, it tells you Form 2, which is Winnow. I thought it was cool to use the image of them, and then it says plus Flutter Frame, equipment summoned from Winnow. Then it gives them his own pull, own ability, and then it also has passive effects that Soul Cow gets as well. So it'll get plus 20 attack, boost all grass Mon's HP by 30, and then it's immune to poison. But here's the cool thing. Flutter Frame can be removed and Soul Cow can still stay on the field, but it loses all these passive abilities and no longer has those. Also in the equipment part, there are sets. So there's going to be sets of armor too, and they each give you passive effects as well. So like I said, this plays more like an RPG, and that's how I thought of this. So that's form summoning, and then there's one more. It's called level summoning. And level summoning, Mon's level 31 to 50. In this level range, right, you can basically sacrifice a Mon that's level 1 to 30 to get a Mon on the field. And then Mon's level 51 to 100, you have to sacrifice a level 30 to 50 to get them on the field. And then it presents a progression system, kind of like form summoning does or equipment summoning. And what's cool about that is you have a chance to play the game any way you want, because you don't have to do forms of summoning. You could literally have a low-level Mon deck that could destroy people, because some of the Mons have abilities like Voltaire here. It can paralyze. It's weak, but it can paralyze. So if you paralyze somebody's Mon, then that screws them over, because then so like, let's say somebody summons who's like Lygon here, who's level 90, right? It's a powerful Mon, but you could still paralyze it with Voltaire and then start attacking its HP. So that's what's kind of cool about that, is there's so many different play styles that the players are going to have. There's tons of stuff. Let's see. Say, oh, can you attach equipment to any Mon or only certain Mons? No, you can attach as long as it doesn't specify. Like this can only be specified, and it shows you right here, summon, and it shows you right here, this is Soul Cow, equipment summon Soul Cow. So it tells you. Then I have rules right here that you can see, so you know. Can't be upgraded, so it tells you it can't be upgraded. But like the Dire Iron Sword, you can put this on any Mon you want. It's just, if you want to upgrade it, it's going to cost you 5 normal attribute cards, and you got to play one of those per turn underneath it. So I don't know how. I wish I had a camera to show you this. Actually, I probably can't. Hold on. Let me see if I have a box in here. I have a box in here somewhere. They are right here. These, I think, are the ones. Okay, so check this out. Whoops. Unplug my headset. That's cool. So let me show you how things work here. So I made a bunch of prototypes of these. So like here's Voltaire. And fire. I don't think I have any electric attributes here. You know what we could do? We could use... So like here's the Dire Iron Sword. I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but... Let me just do it this way. I have an idea. I know how exactly I can show you. I was making these mats like this. Oh, I keep unplugging my headset. My chair's got on the cord, that's why. So, this will be a really good visual for you to get here. It's a big file. So, okay, so this is how our playmat works. And I don't know, I might change this later. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to keep playing around with it, right? So, this is how I did it. So, let's say, so let's take the dire iron sword, right? We're going to just take this image. We're going to copy it. We're going to paste it in here. So, now, I know my weapon slots right here. So, it's equipment, weapon, accessory. So, we put the dire iron sword right here, right? So, check this out. We got that played. And let's say we play Winnow, okay? Say we have Winnow on the field, right? So then let's say we get Winnow. So we're going to paste this in here. So we got Winnow out on the field. And then this tells me, okay, so the way this works is it's monster, armor. And see, yeah, you're thinking of the prize cards, right? But this is where it is different. That's that slot is actually for the attribute cards. And what I need is this. And then I'll show you some other things. So I'm going to take this, right? So the players will have these, I'll probably have them turn them face up. But basically, I'm going to come in here. Over in this slot, oops. What the heck did I do? Oh, sorry, I didn't copy the right one. Control C, Control V, there we go. These are actually for your attribute cards. And they stack up in stacks of 15, actually. So you'll have 15 cards stacked up in each pile, but they can't be the same card. And these are where, so, like if a creature's destroyed, right? All those cards, so you need 5 attribute cards from the pool. So that you need 5 of these cards. And what happens is they go underneath this one. So each turn you'll play 5 of these and stack them under to upgrade this card, right? So like right now it'd be a +3. So your Mon would have, Winnow right now would have an extra 30 attack. So it'd be 70 attack, right? Because it's 10 per a turn. You only have 2 Mons that you can play. But each of them has their own equipment slot for armors, weapons, and these just go under it. And so this is saying that this is equipped to him, but now it has +30 attack. Let's say the player destroys this card, right? All these go back over here for you to use again on a different card. That's what happens. That's what those are for. You don't lose them. They just go back in their pile because they're there is the resources for you to use to upgrade something, or when they have abilities like I was telling you, these go under Winnow, and it'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So he'll have 5 of these attached underneath them. However they want to set them. I usually had them set like this where you could see all the corners sticking out. So basically, you have 5 of these, right? Let's just say there's 5 under there. So you have 5 of these underneath, and like I said, yeah, stacking on this side, that's where I was worried about, is stacking a lot on this side. But that's why I'm here to play with it and find out, you see? But basically, this acts as its pool, right? So this says, hey, I got 5 attributes, and I have a 5 attribute pool, and let's say you use the ability Tempest to poison. You got to take one of those out, and now it only has 4 left in its pool. So every time you use Tempest, it takes a card away, and as soon as you run out, you can no longer use Tempest because you're out of the pool. These just act like that, basically. That's what these do. They're the resource cards that tell the player, hey, this is what we got. But like I said, so if I use Tempest, I lose a card. And every time. And it's just the resource pool that says, this is how they use their abilities. So then you run out of that. You can't use Tempest anymore. You have to figure out what you're going to do, and that's where you use item cards to replenish this back. So then you, like, let's say you use a small one, you're probably going to get 2 back, right? So then you can use Tempest again, but this is where you have to be resourceful, because you don't want to just totally deplete them or you might screw yourself. But this part, yeah, I'm trying to figure out here if I want to have it stacked. I'm not sure yet, but that's why, like I said, I'm building it with the community in mind. Once a community comes to, build it with me, and it's good that you said that, because then it lets me know that my thought about this was probably right, that this does become a little hard to have it all stacked. But that's, like I said, that's why I want a community, because I know the community is going to say, I like that idea or I don't like that idea. And that's why I'm building it now on this channel, so people can see how it plays, how it works, and they get input, because they're here for that. And I'm going to take that. But like I said, this is how it works with these. And it just acts as a pool. And then just boom. Why not a rotating stacking system? So I never thought of that. Are you talking about these right here? Kind of like if you tap in Magic the Gathering. That's where I didn't want to, be too much. You're talking about like right here. You kind of tap them. You talk about like you tap one and it runs out. Oh, rotating stock system. Sorry. I didn't try that yet. A rotating stock system. So you mean, I hope I kind of know what they mean. Like you're kind of talking, these rotate. Like, do they stay here? I hope that's what you're talking about. And then you turn them back and then it restocks them? Kind of like that, maybe? Oh, the Mon would tap. Oh. I didn't think about that. So, this would tap if it's out or if it's restocked. Like, so it tap like this. Right, it's kind of what you're talking about. And then you would retap it, right? To stock. One to 3 mana per Amon. Oh, using a move. Okay. See, and I didn't do that because I didn't want to kind of have like Magic the Gathering, because that's like in Magic the Gathering, you tap, 1 to 3 mana per Amon. You rotate after using a move. See, and I didn't try to tap, and I wasn't trying to use like the whole tap system. That's probably why I didn't think about that at first, because I saw that people had some sort of tapping system, and I just didn't want to like take unnecessarily from that. Which is weird, they have that like trademark, like tapping wands or tapping stuff as like a Magic the Gathering thing where they actually have it like copywritten where if you tap. So that's probably why I didn't do that. I just didn't want it to feel like Magic the Gathering in a sense. That's probably why I remember now where I took it where they were removed. And then when you ran out, you would know. But and I do have a defensive like rotation. The way you attack is you actually have to push the card forward. Like the way I'm saying a powerful mon could rotate up to 3 teams before needing to reload. Oh. That's true. It's a very... I got what you're saying now. Oh, okay. Could rotate up to 3 times before needing to reload. Oh. So maybe a full rotation? 1, 2, 3. Or even just, like you're saying, tap it. I didn't think about that. You're talking about, too, then I don't have to pull the cards, essentially. These don't have to get pulled. I mean, I don't... And the other thing, too, I thought about is I don't necessarily need these resource cards. Not necessarily. Because you could do it without them, technically. Because you would know the pull it has. But if you take something like what you're saying, then there's really no need for this in a way either. Because then you just rotate them. And then you know. And see, I didn't have 1 to 3 mana per mon because each mon's level is associated to their mana pool. So like Winnow, because it's level 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, it can have a mana pool of 5 as the highest. Anywhere from like, I think it was 3 to 5. And they each have their own different ones too. So that's where I have that. But I like the idea so far that you're telling me, because that could work too. But that, like I said, that's why I'm here, and that's why people are here. Because, hey, you're gonna give me ideas, and we're gonna try them, and that's it. That's how it should be. So, we got Road Thomas. Road Thomas is weak. Yeah, I've seen this type of mechanics in TCGs before. I haven't really seen it in a TCG. Oh, TTG, sorry, not TCG. I'm gonna have to try it. Yeah, see, because then I don't know if I necessarily need the... I don't know if I necessarily need the... That was my concern. And see, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was my concern. I don't know if I necessarily need this section or these. That's definitely different. Based on Uno, huh? That's cool. I like your idea, though, because it does eliminate the need for all these stacks of cards. But I think it could work too, because there's no resource cards you need, and then you kind of know too that you would kind of know just by eliminating. There's counters I could use too. That's another thing. I could have little counters that tell you. I was just trying to think of simplicity too, in a way, but I think that what you're saying might be even more simple way to do it, because it eliminates the need for resource cards. Because by rotating, you say, hey, it's used it once. Hey, it's used it twice. used it 3 times, you know it's 3 times. And then it's back. And that's why you're saying the 1 to 3. That would take away from these, so you wouldn't have 5, because those are level based off the pool. So the higher they are, the more attribute pool it has. That's why I did that, because it was just based off of like stats. A matter of fact, I can tell you exactly what I had there. So like, so Mons level 1 to 4, or sorry, 1 to 30, have a 1 to 4 pool. I don't know why I gave Winnow, he's only 30. But anyhow, 31 to 50 have 4 to 6, 51 to 80 have 6 to 8, and then 81 to 100 have 8 to 10. And then I had how much it costed. So if they were level 81 to 100, their abilities would cost from 2 to 4. That's how I did it when I first did it. But like I said, it may not work. It's just, this is why I'm building the game as I do it, right? That's why I'm listening to ideas, and yeah, the scaling would be very different. Yeah, you're right, but it could be worth a try. I just have, like I said, I have to go back and try to change all these 1 to 3. But that would make sense, because you turn it 1, it's gone, 2, it's gone, 3, it's gone, and then once it turns back, you got to refill it. The only reason I did the resources, because the resources do play a role in here too, to upgrading. But gotta try different stuff. I forgot I made these little mats. I had this idea for a mat that looked like this. The little bubbles I had. I had this mat. Okay. Oh, you could even do it backwards for other mons. Rotate to cast powerful moves. Okay. So, like, a matter of fact, let's get another mon on the field. So here, let's just do Bayor. 1, rotate, very weak. 2, a bit stronger. 3, very strong. That's a cool idea. That's another mechanic. That could be another mechanic. Control E so I don't lose anything. So like, so he can go here, right? So you're talking like, I see what you're saying. 3, very strong. Like, he would be stronger. But he's got 2 abilities. There's a counter ability in this too, a matter of fact. I like that idea. I'm going to have to write that down. See? It's awesome that you're here, because now you're sparking more ideas to make the game better or change the game to make more sense for something. That's why we're here. See, this is things I'll play with. As a matter of fact, I will literally take them, sit down, and play with it. With these, I'll literally sit down, take a card, and then play with them. Like, here's a counter ability, right? So he's got lightning jab. You flip a coin. Heads is success, tails is a fail. Heads, opponent's mon takes Electri's attack. Electri takes 25 extra damage plus the attacking mon's attack when it lands on tails. So there's a counter ability too. That's alright, man. I play... See, my thing is, I've always been into, like, trading card games, or card games in general, but I just didn't really play a ton of them, like, you know, I never played, like, Hearthstone or Marvel Snap, some of the newer ones, but I did play Pokemon growing up. And, you know, I grew up in the 90s, but I played like Pokemon. I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I played Magic the Gathering. But I never really got into them as much as I did video games, and I think that's more of where like my perception is kind of coming from. Is I sat down and did research into other games, and I saw that like a ton of them are based off of Magic the Gathering for sure. But I think that's where you have to kind of like you said, you're making a game that's kind of based off like Uno in a way, right? Well, you're making something different in a card game in a sense. Flesh and Blood is pretty good, and I heard about that one too. Seeing all those have, like when I did research, there's a ton that just follow Magic the Gathering. But I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to like, that's probably why I didn't have like a tap system yet, because I didn't think of, I wanted to try something different, but you never know. And I might have to go with a tap system and try it. Because this is a lot right here. This is the part I was worried about. That's why I'm glad you brought this up, because this right here, I was like, man, you could stack them, but it might be a little much to have on the side. The whole other idea was just to remove this in general, but I think you need the resource in some sort of way. That's why I had it there. But like I said, this is something I keep playing with, and I'm going to keep doing, and take people's feedback, and that's what you're giving me here. Try this. Oh, the stacking. See, that's why we're here. Because it's going to help me understand what I need to, if there's something I don't understand, or if there's something I'm doing that doesn't work. Flesh and Blood, I haven't looked at Flesh and Blood too much. I looked at it a little bit, but I haven't looked at that one entirely. And I do have some different things in here, I think, in terms of how it obviously mechanically plays is very, very different in terms of that, right? I have an idea too to try it as a mobile game. Like I said, I could design it for that. That's another idea. I think tabletop simulator, you're right, is probably a good idea to use that, because it helps test it, like you said. Yes, it's always helpful. I do, thank you. I appreciate that, because you came in and kind of gave me more ideas now. Like, oh damn, yeah, and that yeah. See, it just helps. And I haven't had a lot of people come in and say, like, hey, I think this works, or that's a cool idea. And that's what I wanted to try to do. But there's a lot of complexities, obviously, in trying to do that as a TCG, because it's a card game. So you don't want a ton of resources, like the resource cards off to the side. Like, that's a bunch, right? There's like 15 stacks, like you said. Having all those stacks, that's a little much. And I didn't want to put them in the deck either, because, you know, a lot of, like Pokemon, they're in the deck. You know, they're in the deck, and then you have to, like, draw them. I didn't want to do that, because I was like, these are their abilities. They should just kind of have them. That would be a cooler idea for them to have those abilities, and then just you'd be able to use the cards as just mana resources instead, or upgrades. And when I thought about the upgrades, I thought about games I play, like Dark Souls, right? You use like Elden Ring, Dark Souls, all the Souls games. You use these like hard stones, titanite shards, and you upgrade your weapons that way. So I thought about it that way when I was thinking about that. And the way I thought about equipment was actually like an RPG as well. And that was more of like a Final Fantasy kind of game. You know, you get like an accessory, a weapon, and a piece of equipment. You have that. So I thought about stuff like that. That's how I kind of approached it, because I thought it would be different. Now I thought about doing like, you know, like medieval stuff or something like that, but I was like, man, I just want to think of something really different. For my own, the resource system is the battle cards. Think punches and kicks. You deal damage by playing off of moves like a fin. Ah, that's a cool idea. Okay. Think punches and kicks. You deal damage. That's cool. I have to look. I sub to your page, so I'll take a look at it after the live stream. Dude, this is awesome. Thank you for coming in here. I really do appreciate that you came in here and said, "Hey, you creating it?" Like, yeah, I'm creating a TCG, you know. But it's awesome that you came in because this actually helps me to try and think of a new way to refine that resource, or, like you said, think about it like a tap, so I could try different things there now. That's awesome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for just finding it, coming in, commenting. Now, I can go back to where I was, guys, and finish drawing the first one. I think I have some cool ideas so far in here. They kind of work out pretty good, I think. It's just, like I said, we're going to play with them, find out. Oh, that's pretty cool. I have Facebook and stuff like that if you want to. Instagram. I have all those. You could message me on those and send me some of your stuff. I'll check them out. If you got them in table... Wait, a matter of fact, you said Tabletop Simulator. I'll go check that out in a second. I'll do that afterwards. You said it's $20 right now, right? Oh, thank you. I am too. I love that. That's awesome when you have motivated, creative people. It's always good to have those people around because they help, they help inspire you and bring more. So it's awesome to have people like you around. It helps out a lot. It does. Now, I haven't had a lot of those while making this card game, obviously. It's not a very popular card game, but I'm still making it and, having people in here joining and looking at it and saying stuff is awesome. So now I keep creating this artwork here too. So now I gotta actually take this highlight and bring it down. I'm gonna go with 50% on this thing. That's not overpowering too much. A hobby tourist. That's awesome. So I call myself a hobby tourist. Hey, it's better than some other things out there. Oh, my nose is just okay. That's okay. Be a hobby tourist. I kind of want to use the same background I did for the other one on this, but the only thing is now I got to put a hue and saturation layer over this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's always good to have different hobbies of things, It's a good you have a open mind like that to things, because it opens up that realm of possibilities for yourself. I can hide this. There's my color theory. Now I don't know if I'm going to use the same little spark. Oh, I can't use it because I have, an easy way to do that actually. Delete that. I have these flares, but they're kind of bright, so I don't know if I'm going to use those. Dang. Those shine a lot different than they do on the other ones. They're way brighter. See, on the other one it looked cool, but that one, it doesn't look so cool as much. I'll show you what I mean here. See, it looked cool on this one. This is the first stone. I made this last night, actually. And then, so these are actually what do a type of equipment summoning. This is an accessory to equipment summon. I could, actually. I forgot about this. I'm going to remove this ink layer off the edge here because I think it can be... because the light source is coming off that. So, I'm going to Control-C, Control-V, copy this layer so I can save it just in case I don't like that. So I'm going to hide that. Then we're going to come back, take this. I'm going to take the airbrush and I'm going to actually erase some of this off. Do you draw all your own artwork for your thing, for your card game, or do you source it out, or what do you do there? Take some of this out, right? And there's a little bit of light here, so we can remove some of that. See, that looks pretty cool. It really blends a little better now, I think. I also need to do this as well. Select inverse. Bring this up. Oh, you do 2D and 3D. Awesome. What program do you use for 2D? Or sorry, 2D, 3D. Well, I guess what do you use for both? 2D and 3D. I'm playing with Blender. I never really played with Blender, but it's obviously free. The thing I used in school was Maya, but it's super expensive, so that's why I was like, I better go to Blender. Right now, the thing I'm gonna do once I do make this card game into a like actual game, like mobile game, I'm probably gonna just use pixel art, I think. Now I'm getting ready to work on my own stuff again. I had to stop because of family and work. Yeah, that happens. I recently just changed jobs myself because I was trying to stream more on here, but it was really hard because of work, and I was working a ton of hours. So I feel you there. You do gotta, you gotta kind of. I took a different job recently because you do have to make some sort of work-life balance, and I couldn't really do it there. And I was doing a lot of other things outside of work other than this card game. Trying to design the game for itself. So I just kind of had to do my own work-life balance and kind of switch jobs. I was using Photoshop, but now Clip Studio. Never tried Clip Studio yet. I use Maya and ZBrush. Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah, I used Maya when I was in school, but I'm using Blender because Maya costs quite a bit. I did like 3ds Max a little bit, but I still preferred Maya over it when I was using it myself. And I haven't done it in a while, so there's a lot of things I have to go back and kind of just put back together, and that's why I'm using Blender and finding little things again, because I'm like, okay, I don't remember how you do this, or it's very similar though, once I started using the program a little more recently, it's very similar in terms of how it functions. It's just I haven't used them in so long. The last time I used Maya was 2018. Photoshop I kept using. Oh, so you can buy it. Is it okay? So is that $200 a month, or is that just a straight $200? Let's go double check. Because they must have changed it since I did it. Let's see, Maya. I really liked Maya. That was my favorite 3D modeling software. Oh, under an indie license. I had no idea you could use that. Okay, I didn't see that when okay. See, I never looked at that. Let me see here. Maya. It's like I'm looking at this website. I don't know what I'm missing here. Huh. There's tokens and a subscription, but I don't see under indie. Because, I mean, if that's the case, I'll go back and use Maya again. I don't see it. Let me go back. Oh, that's, I mean, if you pay for it once, you know, it's easy enough. I really liked Maya when I did it. Let's try this. Ah, here we go. I think I found it now. Ah, I see. For 1 year, it's $305. That's actually cheaper than I found it for indie users. Okay. I found it now. I might have to go use Maya then. I preferred it, but that's obviously like industry standard is Maya or 3ds Max, but that was just my preference anyways to use was Maya. I definitely have to go back and look at how to use it again. It's been a long time. The last thing I did was in 2018, and it was like a medieval project where I had to build these tables and like swords, and I had these like mugs that were for beer or alcohol, you know, and then I had these shields laid up against tables and all this stuff. No problem. Thank you so much for coming in and helping me generate some ideas and dropping by and subbing. I truly appreciate that. I'll catch you later. Thank you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna get back to hitting this thing up. Let's that happens. I don't have kids, but I got nieces and nephews. I got 13 of them, so that's as far as I've gone in life to that. That's awesome. Okay, so you too. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'll catch you later too. And then he said, okay, tabletop similar, I might have to look at that. Awesome. I can't believe Maya's 305. That's awesome. 1 year's for 305. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so we are creating this other stone, right, for the TCG. This is the Kundo stone. So I base these off of martial arts from two different martial artists, Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee. And there's this iconic scene from one of the movies when they're standing there. That's what I kind of did. Oh, okay. Dog wants it. What's up, buddy? Come on. You guys both coming? Come on. You're going to be trapped in here with me. You guys are trapped in here with me now. gonna be all hot and bothered. Hot and is in here. I got this mini fan on me. I'm glad I got that. Okay, anyhow. These little cool stars like I did in the other one. And I like how it gave it this little, like, cosmic looking thing. And these are cosmic creatures. They're from different universes and planets, and so they, Okay, so what I'm going to do is right above this layer, I'm going to call this Spark, short for Sparkle. And then what I'm going to do is I have to bring back up my color theory wheel. And let's try this. Just doing Heidi here under my legs. Got the two dogs in the room. We're just chilling like some villains. Let's try this blue. I don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to give it a shot. So we maintain everything inside there. That's what we do called select inverse. And we hit that, right? See, that's really, ooh, I like that. That's really cool. I think I need to make this bigger. See how cool that looks? Oh, Heidi, what are you doing there? Okay, sorry. Okay, you can lay back down now. I got the dog. All right, go ahead. You can lay back down. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this as, I think I did it as an overlay last time. Yeah. I did do it as an overlay, kind of. Nah, it kind of hides too much now, right? Maybe what I do is we go back to normal, right? Because, so see how that is? I don't like that it's... See, it takes away from those colors, though. I need it to blend in. Oh. Maybe that. Maybe turn this down. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Cool. That's what I'm looking for right there. Heidi, you want out? Too hot? Sorry, I got my dog to let out. Okay, Missy, let's go. There you go. Alright. Dogs in, dogs out. Dogs in, dogs out. Alright, cool. That was awesome of him to come in. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say him because I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, but that was awesome of them to come in and you know, help me think about that a little more. And I was trying to, so I'm glad somebody came in. I was like, hey, what if you try this? Okay, so now got a rock again. So I got to do another thing here. I got to go back to this ink layer, select inverse again, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath right here. So we're going to come here, add a new layer. We're going to call this outline. Outline. And then the reason is because we're going to take the paint bucket tool. I'm going to try white again, but I don't know how this will work. Control D, Control T. That might be too much. So now what we're going to do is we'll take this layer, we'll go filter, and we'll go blur, and then we'll go Gaussian blur. I'm going to turn this to 8.4 again. And there we go. See, it makes that stone pop out forward more. I think that really helps show that stone more forward. So now we got another stone done, right? So we got this other stone done. Okay, so Okay, so sorry, I'm looking. Okay. Okay, now I have all that stuff off. Okay, so anyhow. So we got the Soto stone and the Kundo stone. I don't know if I need... I'm going to see this lens flare again. Nah, the lens flares make it pop pretty good. I don't know if this needs a lens flare. I do need to move all of this, though, to where it's more centered. I think that's more probably centered where it should be. Now, I have these flares, but I feel like these are just not quite what I need, right? I mean, I might even be fine without the lens flares. Like how I created that cool little highlight line that goes across. I'm trying to think if I want to even have any sort of lens flare in here. I might not, you know? Let me change that up. Where the hell did I put them? Here they are. So, let's try some different lens flares. Add a new layer, pop it down. I really like the starry look I gave it, right? It's got those little... You can't totally see it, but they're there. I think I'm going to actually increase those up a bit. Ooh, I actually like that, yeah. Because these are like cosmic kind of things. Ooh, that's too much. I'm going to try to put it behind everything. See what happens. It doesn't look bad, but definitely is insanely bright. Let's try to turn it down. Try a different lens flare. See, I don't want too much either. Oh. The other one I have it on top because it looks really cool, but... Oh! Hello. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Alright. That might be it right there, I think. That looks really cool. That looks awesome. I think that's it. Get these cards put back in there too. Didn't even have to take this out. He said tabletop simulator is $20, so. A matter of fact, we can just turn on my phone and use the good old Steam on there. It's dead, so. Okay, so now I think this is it. I think we got our two stones. So, the Kundo stone and the Soto stone. Now, these are our two accessory cards that are used for level summoning. Not level summoning, sorry. Equipment summoning. Yeah, we got two stones. Yeah, that one looks really cool. That one does too. They're coming out just how I kind of got them, you know? like I said, I took a reference point and used it, but I didn't want to totally follow exactly what that was. So I adapted with my own way, drew it my own way, and that's what we got. So, man, okay. Got 2 drawn. So now I think we need to create just poke myself in the eye. The heck? I thought I saved it in here. Maybe I didn't. Sorry, I'm searching my phone for Tabletop Simulator. Oh, it is only 20 bucks right now. Why is it 20 bucks? I thought it was like 200 bucks. Don't want the sound. Let me turn the sound down. I thought it was more than that. Oh, maybe it's not. Yeah, I thought there was a different one. Maybe I was wrong. One of them was more expensive, but I don't remember. Oh, Tabletop Creator Pro. That's what it was. I don't know why the heck I thought that. I saved the wrong thing. I saved the wrong thing. Oh, well, that Tabletop Simulator is the one I'm looking for. Okay, cool. So I'll have to go get that. I had the wrong one. That's why. Alright, so. How long am I streaming on? 2 hours, 19 minutes? Cool. Oh, my face isn't too dark. I just realized it. Oh, it's alright. I just turned off the bar. Nope. I screwed it up. It's really bright. Turn it back down. I don't know why it's not turning the... There we go. Alright, so I don't know if that's too bright still on my face. You guys tell me if that's too bright. I was trying to fix it. I think this is pretty good. Alright, so we got our 2 stones now. I need to save this one in here too. Save. Save as. To the cloud documents. I thought they were supposed to take the cloud documents away eventually. Anyhow, doesn't matter because we'll keep going. That looks pretty cool. Awesome. Okay. That's what we needed. Alright, cool. Now, I think I need to make a couple more item cards. I have Phoenix Feather as the revive card. I call them revive potions, but they're very similar to Phoenix Feather, so Phoenix Feather will do the same thing. Wait. Oh, it's cloud document. C's for cloud. So, my files. Okay, I know those are my equipment cards. Completed cards. So, what do I have for equipment cards? Don't have much, but this is an accessory card, so this does not have the same as the other ones. But that being said, file, save as, we'll call this on computer. Oh, I can't save it right there. I thought these were in here, but maybe I had it wrong. I see what I did. I know exactly what I did. I put these in the wrong spot. So, Storm Grip. These three need to be moved. Matter of fact, I think they're in this one. Which got a lot of files in here. I don't know if it was. Yeah, it's right here. I actually need to move these 4 Is it these 4? It might be. These all need to get moved over. So let's just do this. Oh no. Do I have Storm Grip in there? I don't have Storm Grip, so we'll move these over. There. Now, these are actually, I think, the cards. Yeah, these are actually the cards. So, I screwed up on that. So, we're going to go File, Save As. On computer. Oh man, I forgot what this was. Soto Stone. That's what this is. Soto Stone. These actually don't go under here. Or no, yeah, it will go under there. Oh, that's the wrong thing. So this does go under here. So now we're going to start here. We're going to use this as our point. And we're going to create the Soto Stone. And there is something wrong here. I don't know why. Oh, I'm missing it. I don't think I ever put it in here. I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I ever saved that. It should be in here. Let's see, status counters. Oh, it's got to be in here. No. White one, black one. I don't know where I put it. Mats. Oh, icons. That's probably not it. Okay, let's not use that one. I don't remember where I put this. Trainer guide. I forgot where I put this, so dang it. I know I went in the Creative Cloud. I know I put these in the Creative Cloud. And I used Adobe Express is where I essentially went from the beginning. But I don't know where I put it. It looks like this. I don't know what I did with it. This might be it. I'm going to open it up and we'll see. This has to be it. How do I... Okay. I don't remember my stuff for this. Hold on, guys. Let's see. Thought that was my stuff. Okay. It was in here somewhere. Alright. I think I'm in the right spot now. I remember throwing it in here and doing something with it. But I don't remember which one. It's got to be this one right here. I don't remember. Well, one way to find out is... I thought I had... I don't see it, though. I know I made... something for this. I had like a whole UI I was doing. But what did I do with it? Hopefully I didn't delete it. I had a whole entire UI that I had created for it. I don't know. No, it wasn't in there. Dude, I had created an entire UI. I don't know what I did with it. Did I even save it? I don't know. Dude, I have so many here. I don't know if I saved this. That's where I'm trying to remember. Where the hell I saved it. It was something different. And it... It might not be. I might not have saved it. I thought I did, but I might not have. It might be under Dimensions Unleashed. Oh, no, it's not, because those are Unity files when I started the project. Dude, I don't know what I did with it. Here it is. It was like this. But I lost this. I don't... That was the accessory symbol. That's what it was. Armor. Weapon. So now I gotta find... So this isn't it. That's not it either. I have no idea. I just played with a lot of stuff in here. And I drug it in here. Just in case, but... Oh! It's gotta be one of these. That's not it. What happened here? Oh man, I don't think I have it. It should be an easy one to find though. But I drug it out of here, took the black off, drug it back in, then I did something else with that. I just don't remember what I did. Well, it has to be. It has to be in here somewhere because those are all brushes. Character animator, illustrator. Dude, I don't know what I did with it. I know I have to have it in here somewhere. I don't remember what I did with it. Dude, what the heck did I do with it? It's because... Should save these better. I'd moved a lot of stuff over and was playing with a lot of different things too. That's promo art. Status counters. Dude, I had like done a whole thing. I don't know what happened to it. It might have lost it because I did lose some stuff, which is going to suck because I'm going to have to start over and redo the entire thing because I was playing with the different UIs. Trying to figure out what I wanted. I still have it here, but I don't know. I have no freaking idea, dude. It's all pixel art. Dude, I have no idea. I lost it. Because I don't see it at all. I think I lost it. Yeah, I think I lost it. I don't... Yeah. Unless it's on this computer still. It could be. It might be in here. Check my files. I'm running dual PCs, so this is my old PC, which it could be on. I just didn't check. I don't think it is. I don't think it is on here. Let's see, that says Adobe. Nope, it's not it. Damn, what did I do with that thing? That sucks, dude. I have no idea what I did with it. I swear it. I saved it in the cloud, man. I can't find it. It was a whole UI I was screwing with as far as what it looked like, but it might be gone. I might have to make it again. Or was it under mats? I wonder if it was under mats. It couldn't have been because I had done like... It might be under mats, actually. No. It wasn't under here. That was a game crafter. I don't see it. Yeah, it's not in here. That wasn't it. Dude, I have freaking no idea what I did with it. I know I created it, but I don't know what I did with it. That's gonna suck, dude. Going back to make all that again is gonna be absolutely insane. I know I lost some stuff when it crashed one day, and something had happened, but I thinking it's gone. I'm all alone. It's gonna suck, but guess it is what it is. It's that trainer guide. I know I made it. It's not in here. It has the thing in it. That's how I know. Not in there. Card pieces. Oh yeah, those were Adobe files, maybe? No, those were all sand textures and stuff. Adobe, character animator, creatures. Dude, I can't find this. How did I lose this? Bro. Where did this go? No way, my guy. This is... Oh, man. It's God. I'm not really gonna cry, but... Damn, that sucks. I can't find it. Dude, I really lost that? Wow. Okay, well, I guess I won't. I have to figure out... It had the icon that I'm looking for in there. That's why I wanted to use it, but it's just not in here, and I have no idea what I did with it. Pictures. It's just like straight up gone. Those are different cards. I don't know what skin is. Oh, those are for the retro pocket. Am I setting it up? Yeah, I don't know. Oh wait, no, those are ultimate unlimiteds. Damn, dude. Back poker box. Counter sheet. Here's some temporary files. Did I make it into... Guess I'll find out what the hell this is. Oh, no. That's not it. That is... Dude, it looks like this, though. I know I made it because it looked like that. It was that, but I can't find it. Aw, hell no. Dude, I wonder... Oh. There was stuff on my desktop that recently it did delete stuff off my desktop. And I hope it wasn't there. It might have been. Dude, that took me so long to do it, too. Yeah. I'd have to recover that file. Like, a bunch of stuff got deleted off my desktop that I just can't, like, get back now. I don't know why. That sucks. Well, well, well. It's not going to be in here. It is not going to be in here. Dude. What the hell did I do with it? Like, I cannot find this at all. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I did with it. There's so many untitled ones in here too. That sucks. Well, sucks because I might have lost the... Yeah. I don't... Dang it. It's all my music stuff. Dude. How did I lose that? I don't know. That's how I originally started. Called it Deck Masters. And I'm gonna see what it looks like. Oh yeah, there's a house I drew. That was like, I wasn't very good at using stuff at first, as you can tell. I bet you that would look way better if I did it now. Like, dude, that was a huge jump. Bro, that's a huge jump. Oh. See, this is how it originally started. This is actually the icon. This is how it started. This is how the game started. Right here. What it looked like. It was called Deck Masters. They changed it. I still might use that, but dude, absolutely not even the same. Like look at them now. There's that and that. That. Bro, it's like night and day. That is crazy. I think even the templates were different. Yeah, they were. Even the templates were different. I know that for that. The Hollow Baron. Like, bro, see? These look so different. It would look better now. It just doesn't have as good of, like, shading as I have. Like, look at this. This looks so much better. This kind of looks dull, right? But see how I had it originally? Battle points. And then I had this. I didn't have attribute types. Then it's card, edition, and then I had this, right? And then this was the rarity. But it still had all this, but I changed it. Like, I could probably still use that. Just definitely have to go back and redo it. But they look so different. Like, stuff looks so different. That is crazy. Like, look at this. Bro. And I never ended up using these. It might be in there, actually. Icons. I don't know what these are. Oh, yeah. Even though, like, dude, it's like freaking night and day on these. Check this out. Like, legendary, okay? I have the whole card background is something different. Like, check this out. Here's the dark template. It's the dark card, right? Check this out. Oh, what the heck? Where'd it go? Oh, dude. What's going on here? Where's my attribute cards? Those are like missing from this too. That's weird. I have no idea. Oh, here they are. These are the charts. So, like, Look at how night and day this is. Okay, check this out. Dark, here's the new one. That's the old one. Like, look at this. It's much more colorful of a game. This was the original concept versus this now. Like, this looks pretty cool. But man, it's just like extremely night and day on these things, right? The ideas were still kind of the same, but they weren't. They were a little bit different slightly. But man, they look so different. I mean, dude. Like, there's... Dude. Massive difference. It's insane to look at some of these. Like, look at this. Just the... Bro. It's crazy. Argo? What's that? Oh. See, I screwed this up, too, because I merged them. And it's alright, but I think the shading I have is far better. I think this is... It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look... Like, see, here's some of my shading. I like this fur pattern. But I think I could take this, use it still, but make it look far better. Like, literally... And I know I had this is something I did on paper. Oh, no, I did it here. Here we go. There you go. It's just so much different. Like, it looks alright, but, bro, my shadows, like, dude, look at this. Look how much cooler this looks. Like, this looks cool, but nowhere near the level of stuff I'm getting. Like, look at that art. And then there's that. And it's like, yeah, there's a huge night and day difference in the inside of what I done there. Bubbles, glass, fantasy symbols. What the heck's this? Oh. That's where I live, the town I live in. Model. Oh, yeah. A model I drew. Title screen. That wasn't something I drew. That was something from RPG Maker that I was trying to come up with this thing. I'm just kind of going through files now. We're just chilling, going through files. It's crazy. Oh, I think even this is different. Yeah, look at this. Like, I've far exceeded my skills in drawing for this. I don't even have the layers for this anymore, bro. This is just an image that's in there now. Well, I was trying to find, I unfortunately can't find. I have no idea what happened to it. It looks like this, though. But I gotta get this symbol again. And I don't remember what I used. I know it was in here somewhere, but I don't remember. I'd probably search for it again. I bet I could search. Sucks though. I don't know if it was a... I used the element from here because it made it a little easier. I don't know what it was. It looked like that, but it's not colored. Oh, that's not in the right thing either. It's like an icon. I don't know if I'll find it. They weren't white, so. Oh, right there. Yep. It's very tiny. let's just do this. Or wait. Oh, you can do that. Cool. So now what I'll do, and this just made it easier for me to kind of do what I needed, I would have drawn them, but I liked coming here to use what made it easier, so. Boom. I don't remember how big these were. Oh, that's the other thing too. See that little circle around him? That was a added thing I did myself. Oh crap. Oh yeah, the circle's gonna go away. Well, that's an easy fix actually. The reality is all I have to do is take this, click on this layer, click him, delete him, hit Control D, boom, easy fix. And then drop this in. There we go. Now, we'll go back to the point where we were. Now, I have all this that I do not need, right? So we scrap all of this. Don't need the light source. Don't need that. Don't need the thing that says sword. Don't need the one that says light, right? Alright, so now I just keep the rest of this. We'll fix whatever else we need to fix. So hopefully I didn't screw that too much up. So now we go here. And we're going to take this. Control C. Control V. Now we'll take this, Control T. Oh, sorry, not that. So here's the layers I have drawn. Do that. Boom, there we go. So now we got that dropped in, right? Now we come back, we get the stone. The easiest way to do this is to take all these layers, all the layers here. What am I doing? Oh, I'm hitting caps lock. Shift, then do that. Control Alt E. You merge it into one layer so you don't lose your layers. You hit Control C. And I'm going to save this. File. Save as. Cloud Documents. Let's call this icon UI. We'll just put that. Cool. Now we'll drop those in here. Drop that one, right? So these I like to put below everything, just above the edge. This might not work either. I might have to put it below the edge on that one. Oh. So where's that layer at? Is it? That is it. So we'll just drop it right above the stars there. Come on, bro. Oh, hell no. Just hit Control T. I think that'll work right there. See how it's bleeding off the edge right there? But that's fine. What I'll do is hit this edge layer, right? We're going to hit around the edge, come back to this layer, hit delete, then it takes it out. This I notice is not correct either. Oh, I know why I can't make it smaller. There's a reason for that. Because I have to rasterize the layer. Now, I should be able to drag it in. Cool. Now, there's another thing. I do think I still need to keep this brightness layer and put it above everything. There it is. Cool, we got that dropped in there. Let's save that. Alright, so I might get off here in a second. I really have to figure out what I did with the UI, this thing, because that was a lot of work. I got to do it again. It'll also just be easier to come back to it and, you know, build that from there. But dude, that took so long to make. Alright, so now this is called the Sodostone. So we got a Sodostone. Let's change the song. Cool. Now, this is not that roll. I should have used the flutter frame because I have to drag it in. That would have been easier. So now I'm going to have to use this, right? I'm going to have to use this little bar. It's going to go right there. Cool. That's probably right there. So now, I think this is right. That's the rule. It's the other rule. Rule marker. That's the info box around it. So now, there it is. This needs to be rule. Let's just do EQ whip rule, we'll call this. Or equip summon. That's what we'll call this. Cool. It should say the same thing as flutter frame, equipment summon piece. So we just take that, we go here, and click on this. There we go. But now this is different. We don't need this. What we need to do is come back here. So now the reason I have this symbol that I grabbed is because this says it is an accessory. So it means that it goes into the accessory equipment slot, and then it means it equips to that way, right? So this is not a wood shield. This is a this is also not that. This is equipment. I think it's just 3, right? So this is EQ4, we'll call it. 04. And this is not a wood shield. It is a what do I want to call this? Galactic stone. We'll call it a galactic stone. And it cannot be upgraded, so that's something else we remove out. It has no upgrades. So what you have to remember here is that sorry, I can't even get the word out. God, I can't get the words out. No equipment summoning pieces can be upgraded. They have passive stats like Flutterframe, right? Flutterframe has passive stats, but it can't be upgraded. So you can't use attribute cards to upgrade it. I put Soam instead of Stone. Da-da-da. Spelled it wrong. Cool. So let's drag this up. Don't need that. It's probably this one right here. Cool. Drag it down. See, I need to relabel these. I'm going to have to go through. Control T. Drag it up. Put it there. And this will not be right. Just trying to line this up. Yeah, that should work. And what this symbol in the corner means, guys, is that it's a common card. So this is going to be a common card to get. And it's going to be used. And then there's the Kundo Stone and the Soto Stone. So we have our Soto Stone and the Kundo Stone, right? So I'm going to save this. Now, I can actually bring this down here. Come in here, grab. Come on. Come on, my guy. Drag it down. So I said I should have used the other one, right? Which is fine. Oh, I'm going to need... Oh, I screwed that up. Sorry, I'm going to need... I don't need those, but I'm going to keep that. Alright, so let's delete this. I messed up here. This... Oh, this is why I should use this. Maybe I'll just use... You know what? This is going to be... Alright, we're not going to use this one. No. And here's why. We're going to use Flutterframe. File. Save as... I'm going to use Flutterframe because it's going to be easier to use. Go here. Need to go to Monquest. Monquest beginnings. Completed cards. This is... what is this under? Equipment. We're going to save over that. It says Soam and not Stone. It's supposed to say Stone, by the way. You know what? I think I'll come back to this tomorrow. And we'll work on this some more tomorrow. I'm going to take a break, get some water and some food. And I'll come back and do it tomorrow. But, hey. Thanks for... Hopefully it's Oni Boy for coming in here and, you know, chatting and telling me a lot of cool things. The girlfriend was in here, so thank you. And anybody else who came in. Remember, guys, always hitting that chat because I want you guys to be part of this game. I want your opinions. I want your thoughts. I need those because I know that you guys have awesome ideas and they will help the card game grow. So I'm gonna get off. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. I'm always gonna be here. I'm going to figure out my set days of when I'm going to come and keep doing these videos of me creating these items and the cards and drawing the artwork for it. But hey, I appreciate you guys. So I'll catch you later. Thanks for coming.